Okay guys, welcome back to the channel once again. Kenroy here. So I've managed to find some time today guys where I'll be able to excavate and dig out the area, this patch just over here, where we'll be putting our Vegega raised bed. Okay, so now I'm digging out the area where I'm trying to put the raised bed. The idea is to have it slotted just over against this wall here, this fence. But the tricky thing is to try and get it leveled, because down there is where I had to chop one of the trees which were in the line of this fence. So I had to chop it below the surface before. You can see it's quite high there. It's starting to decompose, but it's going to give me a bit of a height, so I can't put the raised bed lower into the ground, if you see what I mean, because right here is where the tree trunk is. I have tried to dig some of it off, but yeah, that's a lot of work. So I'm gonna try and put the raised bed, lift it by myself over into this section and try and get it as leveled as possible, and around it leading up to the patio area, what I'm planning on doing is to put down some wood chip, some wood bark which I've got, and I'm going to take it all the way up to the strawberry bed. That's the idea anyway. But the first thing is to get this settled in, make it as level as possible, and once the raised bed is in and level, then we can figure out what we're going to do around it.
Daddy, let's go here. We're going to carry it up, we're going to cut it, or else it's going to be no more grass. Okay, we're going to move these away if we can't stand on it, okay?
No? Okay, so I've kind of got it in place roughly. I've decided to bring it a bit closer to this section over here, and give myself a little gap between the strawberry bed and the actual raised bed here. Now, so far so good. This is what it looks like on the inside. Oh, we've got some helpers!
Oh, wow.
Don't know what I'm going to fill it with. I'm going to have to get the kids and bury them in there. How much do you weigh? How much do you weigh?
You're trying to bury me in there.
Oh, you will take up a bit of space. I mean, if Abby goes in that section, then you in the
And
middle,
Abby and Naomi.
and then Naomi, I'll be well on the way.
Put me in it, put me in it.
Put you in it. Yeah, I know you wouldn't say no, Snotty. Okay guys, so this is what we're currently working with in the raised bed. As you can see, I've been putting a lot of organic matter in there in terms of these old tree trunk, these pieces of logs. Now these were actually cut from my brother's cherry tree. He had a cherry tree in his garden, and I helped him a couple of years ago to chop that down. Those were hanging about in the in the shed for such a time as this. I was planning on using them for some form of garden ornament or sculpture, but I think it's come in handy quite well. I put quite a few pieces there. I've tried my best not to put anything that has been treated. Obviously I want it to be as organic as possible, and all of these were just logs and tree trunks that we fell either in my garden or my brother's garden. And so yeah, it's looking pretty good so far. So we are about a third away off in terms of soil for this raised bed. Despite putting all of these tree trunks and pieces of wood in here, you can see that we're still some ways off in terms of bringing this to the level that we need it to be. I'm hoping to bring it above these metal poles here, so we still got quite a way to go, but at least now we're making progress. What I am going to do, I'm going to dig up as much of the soil and rubble from in here. These are just normal stones that you normally have on your patio. Fill them in there, which will make really nice drainage. Now we also have this soil from where we dug out around the water butts that I've been saving for a moment like this. And all this soil from around here, I'm just going to dig it all up, pour it in there before putting the wood chip down. And yeah, we see what level we get to. I doubt I'll be able to fill it with what we've got here, but we'll certainly make good progress anyway. Okay guys, so I'm just gonna leave it here for tonight because yeah, I think it's minutes to 7 o'clock right now, so I need to get in, get myself something to eat. Tomorrow's another day, and yeah, so this is where I managed to get up to. I've maybe gone 2/3 of the way full for the raised bed. It's looking really good at the moment, but as you can see, there's still so much soil needed. I want to bring it at least to where this metal rail is, or just above that, so I've still got some ways to go. I reckon I'll try and go on Facebook Marketplace, see where I can get some free topsoil from. That'll be the cheapest way of getting this filled, and then I'm going to get some compost and some normal manure and just put it on top of that to mix it in. Once I get to around this level, I'll start mixing in some organic matter in there. But for now, so I've actually used up all of the wood bark which I had. I never thought that I would be able to use it all so quickly. Last year I managed to pick it up for just £20 on Facebook Marketplace, and it was more than I thought it was going to be, let's just say that. I had the rest of it in the shed, and I can't believe that I've actually managed to use up all of it. But so far so good. I'm really loving the way the raised bed is looking, and all that is left for me to do is to complete filling it up, start planting those vegetables in there, and I can't wait to show you guys what's next. If you're liking the content, guys, please don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button, as we'd love to notify you as soon as a new video is uploaded. As this is my first time with one of these Vegega raised beds, and so far I've been very impressed. As always, this is Ken Roy saying, I'll see you when you see me. Happy gardening.